Adonijah Jerome, Andrea Roberts, Delisha Edwards, Ariana Edwards, Mary Dandrid, Marta Dandrid, Belnisa Evans, Sabrina John, Lorene Evans, Natalie Bellamine, Shirlene Bellamine, Bibi Jeffrey, Yolanda Carter, Romefia Edwin, Lisa Roberts, Nicolene Robinson, Cleoma Simon, Trisille Thomas, Sharana Daniels, and Larita Williams. Those 20 children died in what has now been infamously dubbed the Mahdia tragedy. Last year, on May 21, a huge blaze engulfed this area right here. It was the female dormitory of the Mahdia Secondary School in Region 8, and the fire engulfed the female dormitory, causing 19 children to die that night, 18 girls and one 5-year-old boy. Days later, another girl, Sharana Daniels, also passed away. That night, it was a scene of chaos. Everyone tried to get the children out of the building, but they were simply overwhelmed. The magnitude of what was unfolding was something that no one was prepared for.
It was chaotic the night, to say the least. You know, like you're trying to save people, but not everybody you could save because the fire coming in. And you see the fire actually rolling in as the heat ups. You see in the room, when you went inside, it just come in and it come into the top and then it come down.
So you were inside trying to save
I was
people?
in the building. That's what I'm telling you. I was, when it went the fire, it was, I have a video all on my phone. Right in there we go to. You see that? Right in there we went in. Had enough girls in there.
So you go in there, you pull them out this way?
Most of them girls who come out with the burn. Yeah, this is how far we take them. I saw things that people didn't get to see. So maybe afterwards, but when you're seeing everybody there inside the room, helpless, knocked out unconscious with the carbon monoxide, takes a toll on you differently. Understand? So this is what I'm dealing with right now. So everybody gone about their life same way. So nobody really get to understand the fullness of what really go on in there.
Here in Mahdia, at the site where the tragedy unfolded, all that remains is the flooring of the facility. But for everyone else, the trauma lives on. The tragedy unfolded in Mahdia, the capital town of Region 8 and a bustling place that seemingly never sleeps. But the children affected by the fire came from communities scattered throughout the region. Karasparu, Chenapau and Maikobi were the communities plunged into grief. I visited each community last year to attend the funerals, and this year I returned to Maikobi. Maikobi is one of the far-flung communities that the children came from. Getting there, which is what we're doing now, involves a long drive through tricky hinterland terrain and thick vegetation. 12 of the children who died came from the community of Maikobi. So obviously the toll has been significant on the community. So you were telling me, what's the name of your daughter?
Trisille Thomas.
Trisille Thomas, and she was 12?
12 plus.
She was in Farm 1?
Yes.
So she had just started school over there?
Yeah. This is the day they're going to write the grade 6 assessment.
Okay. That was last year, the year before?
I should go write grade 6. My daughter Trisille Thomas, she was you would say she was a helpful child, even though she went hard years, but you know, she was a little stubborn. But she always laughed, even though if you know she vexed, she always keeps smiling, and she was that kind of child. She was helpful to me and my mom. She is not like a girl, you know, she just communicates steady, and you know, sometimes so I used to say, sometimes when she's at home, she get her sister, they go there, she go teaching them, you know, I the teacher for her, you know. So she had something in mind for become when she get big. So she used to say she want to become a teacher if she want to be a nurse. That is what she.
Tell me how you and your family have been this past year.
For me and my family, for me, I still grieving, you know. And it's been hard for my family, but even to the baby, he is always say, you actually, well, we get your photo up now, so he say, I miss my sister, I miss Trisel, and my niece, I miss them, you know. Sometimes when you're going out, he say, if we're going and collect she, you know, up to now, they're still waiting, even though they know she dead, but they're still waiting for see she. On occasion time, you know, holidays, I just miss she because, you know, certain things, like at least Mother's Day coming up, she's the first one is, you know, hug we and keep we comfort during them times.
This is Lisa. Me and Lisa.
This is right here.
Yes, this is over there.
She taller than you?
Yes. And this is like 6 months before she passed away. She did getting fat more than me already too. Oh, well, Lisa was a very hard-working child. Not the housework, but she normally work like if it get like heavy work Lisa's be doing in the home. She was a very helpful child to me.
Helpful.
Yes.
She has siblings?
Yes. She has 2 sisters and 1 brother.
Okay.
She was the eldest child. Well, she misbehaved sometimes. I can't lie about her. She misbehaved, and besides, she did now improving in her schoolwork.
She was in second form.
Yes.
At that time, did she perhaps already know what she wanted to be one day?
Yes, she said she wanted to be a soldier when she...
A soldier?
Yeah.
Why a soldier? Do you know?
Well, she said she wanted to stand as a person to defend her country. So in the area of a soldier, she think that would be that would work to be there for her country and also her family. Because during that time, we used to hear about the Venezuela war and these things. So she chose to be a soldier when she finished school and so.
Tell me about you. How has it been for you in the year?
Well, for me in the year, it was very difficult because like living a complete life without my eldest child was very difficult for me. And I find it like sometimes, someday then, like a heavy grief is coming me, and you know, and it also affects my children to know that they have to, we have to live then the rest of our life without her. Yes.
That is miss her?
Yes, who ain't gonna miss?
They talk about her?
Yes, they talk about her. Sometimes it's be like she's in the house, she's on the bed, you know, these things.
Maikobi is a community of about 750 residents, many of whom are related to one another. The community has been rattled, particularly since more than half of the children who died were from here. The Maikobi village leader, or Tushao, Colonel Edwards, lost 5 relatives in that fire, and he carries the weight of the village and its recovery on his back.
5 of my grand and great grand. Three was great grand and 2 was my grand. So it's 5 I lose. Wow.
Tell me, how has your community been coping, even now?
We tried counseling as well as we had people from abroad who was here to counsel, but counsel was not just revising something like asking a question and then it coming back again, and you know, some of us are not people that we could speak out. We just get dumb because you know something is wrong. Because when the president went here, I couldn't speak because I get a lump in my throat, I tell you. I couldn't say a word to the president. As we find these parents who lose was really, really, you know, we couldn't speak. Anything is cry. No response. You ask a question, it's a cry. No proper response.
Still, the Tushao wrestles with some frustration.
We had secondary students in elsewhere have a open like a big barracks, just a big open place, just a small place where you well, like let us say if you got to change your clothes and so. and things like that we, we were requesting for, but that didn't happen. And when the strategy happened, it was not strange to us. But we already know, and we had been knowledgeable of these things because the building is built up, and nobody can see.
Yeah.
And we were looking at that because parents request these things about 5 or 6 years even before the strategy. And when the strategy happened, we lost a lot.
A presidential commission of inquiry into the tragedy unearthed several faults, including the lack of emergency preparedness, the state of the dorm, the availability of firefighting equipment there, and the unpreparedness and insufficiency of resources at the Mahdia fire station. Deeper problems have also been flagged. The chairman of the Commission of Inquiry, retired Major General Joe Singh, outlined some of those issues.
And notwithstanding this appalling act of arson, we determined that the events and circumstances leading up to and the causes of the Mahdia female dormitory fire were an unfortunate outcome of several factors. The influence of the mining culture on social relationships within communities, the vulnerability of youth, in particular teenage female students, the influence of adults in the mining sector who groom young females, in some cases with the tacit support of family members who benefit financially from such arrangements, and the negligence of particular officials in fire readiness and in the education sector and psychosocial services to deal condignly with deviant behavior.
The inquiry concluded that even if the faults had been addressed before the tragedy, the outcome would not have differed because of what actually unfolded that night. Nevertheless, Guyana's President Dr. Finali assured citizens of the government's commitment to fixing the faults identified.
I can say, Major General, that the Commissioner, your thinking is very much in line with the policy making and the expenditure profile of the Ministry of Education and also the other sectors in our country. For a matter of fact, in the coming days, the Ministry of Education will be tendering for what we call the systemic improvement of every facility in the education sector. So too will be the Ministry of Health, dealing with washroom facility, dealing with safety, furniture, dealing with responsiveness, fire responsiveness, hazards. And all of this, of course, will help us to build stronger systems.
You could tell that there are some changes. The boys' dormitory in the same compound as the torched female dormitory is now outfitted with firefighting equipment, for example. Some of the residents want more to be done. In Ragobeer, a secondary school which is catered for in the 2024 national budget, is high on the list of the residents' demands.
Support from the government I would look forward for now presently is building our secondary school, because I have a child at PC there, and sometimes my child calls me crying the same thing, right? And I don't like it. So what I would like for me and for the residents of Ragobeer is for the government to build our secondary school early as possible.
We asked the region to tell us what time and when the building will build, the secondary will build. But they said this year, before September, this year is going already, and I see nothing. Because we supposed to, the GWI, which promised us as well, this year we will get water. So when you build in the secondary school, we have bountiful water. Up to now, the GWI ain't finishing nothing as yet.
A memorial of some sorts should also be built at the site. The Regional Executive Officer Peter Ramatar believes such an edifice would serve as a much-needed reminder of the tragedy.
It's for us, not maybe the region alone, in collaboration with a lot of other people, like with the agencies, the Ministry of Education, the government, His Excellency the President, and they may want to have a say on what happens there. We have not made any decisions on that. Of course, we have to be guided to as to where it goes, whether it be used as a monument or whatever. My thought on it is that it has to be developed into something that will recognize the tragedy, and not that you want to remember it all the time, but to learn something from it and what we could learn and do better.
There are many who don't need a monument to remember the anguish they felt and continue to feel. For them, it's just trying to cope with the loss, one day at a time.
As I say, we get no satisfaction from what happened. You know, it not get no eyewitness, it not get nothing. So it's like we left on our own.